What's up, everyone? Today we're going to talk about how to build a business and also market a business without having to deal with all the headaches 24/7, right? It's a very big issue. I've seen many business owners literally have no time. And again, the whole point of you making a business is to have time freedom and have actual financial freedom as well. So let's get right into it. Okay, so right here we have a little document here. How to build a business that doesn't rely on you 24/7, right? Most business owners don't own a business. It's really more like a job, right? If you're working all day and all you're thinking about is business, let's be honest, that's really a job, right? So if you stop working, the sales stop, the leads stop, everything stops, and that's not what you want, right? Especially as a business owner who wants to have success. That's dependency. That's not freedom. You want freedom in a business, right? So I'm going to break down in this video again how to build a business that you don't have to rely on 24/7 and that gives you time freedom so you can do whatever you want, but also make a ton of money. This is why most businesses get stuck here, right? So early on, being involved in everything feels normal, especially when you're starting. Look, if you're starting a business, I want to reiterate, this is what you should do, right? Let's be honest here, right? If you're starting a business, you better spend all your dang time on it. But as you grow your business and as you scale and you make more money, you need to start delegating things, automation tools. You need to have created stuff like that, right? So that's very, very important, right? So over time, you shouldn't be the main figure. You should be the main person, but not doing all the little things in your business, because that's when decisions slow down, growth stalls, and you can't really scale it to the next level because you're doing too many things, right? So the first shift that you need to have as a business owner is you must stop asking, how do I do this? And start asking, how does this get done without me? Okay. That is ultra important. And it's tough because sometimes you feel that if you hire an employee, they won't do as good as a job as you. But this is the facts, right? This is what I've learned and from stuff I've learned from mentors of mine who are making hundreds of millions of dollars, right? This is very, very important. You're going to have employees, you're going to have people who work on you that you don't agree on every single thing they do. That's just human nature. You're not going to agree with anyone 100%. They're going to do things that you want, and then they're going to probably do things you don't want. But as long as they're trying to make positive change for your business and that task is getting delegated and it's profit margin positive, that's okay, right? It's never going to be exactly how you want, but in order to scale, think about it. These big businesses, they have hundreds of thousands of employees. Do you think every single employee does spot on what the head person wants? No. But they have a specific task. And also another thing, these people who are entrepreneurs who are making millions of dollars, they have systems in place. So literally all they have to do is plug the worker, plug the employee in their business and have them do the task that they already have built. So if you build the, tasks and the SOPs and this, standard SOPs is standard operating procedures, and you have them have specific tasks, you're going to be just fine because they're already doing stuff that's net positive for your business. If you just hire someone for no reason, not to do anything, and just like, hey, do this, that's not what you want. You need to have a very specific goal in mind and tasks in mind. Okay? Very, very important. Systems replace memory. If something only exists in your head, it's fragile, right? Strong businesses document processes, like I just mentioned, standards, expectations. If someone can't follow it, it's not a system, right? It's not. And that is ultra, ultra important, especially when you're trying to do business really, really well at the start. I have seen this too many times where people are trying to build something strong, but the reason they get stopped is multiple things. Number one, it could simply be because of greed, right? People don't want to delegate tasks because they don't want to lose money, but they don't understand overall it will be a net positive because it saves you stress, saves you time, and stuff like that, right? So how to build a real amazing lead generation system. A scalable business has predictable lead flow, very, very clear qualification, and again, constant follow-up, right? Basically, if you have a prospect who comes in, let's say they don't actually pay you, you got to have some sort of follow-up system where you're reaching back out to them every couple of weeks so they know you're still alive, right? Because some people will get ticked off, but others who see that will actually respect it and want to come back to you because you actually are giving a crap about the client, right? And again, the way it should be eventually is you shouldn't personally chase every lead. Eventually it'll be systems. Eventually, delegation will be there, especially with AI and all the AI agents that are being created for lead generation. And again, most people don't know how to delegate correctly. Okay? And let me explain why. Number one, most people don't understand that when you're delegating, I just mentioned this earlier, the right systems are so important when delegating. That's number one. Then you need to have context of what that specific task or tasks need to be done, right? Outcomes, in my view, and this is true, right? Outcomes aren't the most important thing when you're starting. What's more important is the process and doing the right things and making slow progress, especially when you have someone new on your team. Another thing, having one, two, or three employees is great. I'll say that. But the thing is, they could easily go against you. What you need is eventually hundreds, if not thousands, of employees who are performing at a high level. Because at that mass amount, there's too many of them. They're not going to all know each other. That's ideally what you want your business to have eventually. Think about it. If you had 500 employees for your business right now, let's say an agency, for example, you're running a marketing agency. Think about how if you had 500 employees, you'd probably be making so much money. Let's say money wasn't even there. Let's say you had unlimited money and you had 500 people. I guarantee that company is making millions and millions and millions of dollars because there's 500 people working on it and you have all the systems in place. Dude, it's going to make a ton of money. Right. So, very important. Actually, last thing too, delegation requires a ton of clarity, right? You need to have a very specific idea on what you need and how you're going to get there. Okay. And you shouldn't have to micromanage it. That's why I recommend for anyone, if you're a business owner and you're making a lot of money, hire a freaking assistant. Everyone who's making money, they have assistants, they have people in place who are doing this, who are helping them hire. That's probably the most important thing you can have. And for me, it's very important, right? And I have seen this in many businesses. I've worked with other businesses as well. You need to have an assistant who can help you hire, who knows what you're looking for, who knows what you want and knows what you're like trying to achieve. Okay. That's like extremely useful to understand this and know because, and I cannot say this enough, if you have a good assistant, she's going to understand the culture you want. Team culture is everything. You need to have a very, very good team culture. You have a very good chemistry with your people, even if you're not there. And that assistant you have is going to be very important in getting that and achieving that for you. Okay. So understand these things. It's very important. And obviously when I'm helping people, the one thing people always ask me and they're like, I need back my time. I am so busy and I don't have time to market. I need an expert to help me with this. And that's what we come in and do. Right. So that's very important to understand. Don't hire just to feel less stressed because that's not going to work. You need to hire for multiple things. Number one, you need to find really good talent and hire someone who is better than you at what you're doing, right? So for example, I build AI automations. I could do it very well. But let's say I could free up my time and find someone who's better that can do it. They built all automations as good as I do. I train them, my assistant trains them how to do it correctly. I have time to scale and do the next thing, right? Or lead gen, for example. Let's say I want to hire a virtual assistant to do cold calling, which is fine, that's great. Then I wouldn't have to cold call. Or maybe an ads assistant who can help me run ads, do marketing research for me, help me scale. And also maybe a customer success manager who helps the customer or the client have success, right? Those are things that I would need specifically and that I have for my business, right? So you need to hire to free your time, increase output, and also very important, improve your consistency, okay? So automation isn't about losing control. It's about removing repetition, creating a ton of consistency, and then saving mental energy, right? Very critical here. And let me just adjust this real quick. But it's very important, okay? You control the system. You control what's happening since you're the boss. As an entrepreneur, you take the risk, and if you are able to hire, it's because you typically are going to have some sort of money, meaning you're the boss, you make the decision, which is the best part of being an entrepreneur. You can work when you want, and you can also not work if you don't want to work. Why owners burn out, right? Burnout comes from multiple things. I don't even believe in burnout personally, but there is a sense of like an emotional feeling of like not wanting to work. Okay, I get that. So, low value tasks, constant decision making, no separation from the business. Also, if you feel like you're losing over and over again and you're not winning, that's going to cause burnout. Think about it. If you're in a boxing match, you're trying to fight someone and you're winning the fight and you're punching them and you're hitting them over and over again, you don't get tired when you're hitting them. You only get tired when they're beating you up. And it's a mental thing. And it's because when you're winning, you want to keep going. It's like an encouragement. It's like a dopamine rush in your brain. But when you're getting hit and you're losing, it's really hard to keep going. And that's kind of the difference I see in burnout right there. Okay? So, the goal should not be to disappear. All right? If you're any scalable business, you need to be the main guy. That's your job. If you're an entrepreneur and you're in the business of being the main person, you're the main person. You just need to focus on strategy, delegation, direction, and making very, very high quality and high level decisions. Okay, not just day to day stuff. You're working on the big stuff. Okay, so final takeaway: if your business needs you every single hour, especially if you're making over $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month, it's fragile. Real businesses, first of all, run on systems, processes, and also are able to scale very consistently, right? You're having consistent income, it's coming in, and you're able to scale correctly and also have happy customers, most importantly. Okay, so that's basically the video. I appreciate you guys watching. I want to say as well, if you are interested, you're in business and you're super, super busy and you need help, you need marketing help. You feel like your marketing's not been great. The last couple months have been kind of down months for you. You're making a lot of money. You've always had a lot of success since you were having a successful business, but you feel like your marketing's not at the A+ tier level you're looking for. Great job for coming on this video, because we do an amazing job with marketing, with automation, and scaling businesses. So if you're interested, click the link below, book a time with us to talk, and we'll show you exactly how we can scale your specific business, right? So again, we've helped the real estate agents, brokers, financial people, CPAs, accountants, doctors, medical offices. We know it all. Any service-based business, that's what you specialize in, right? So if you're a service, and especially if you're doing a high-ticket niche where you make a lot of money per close, this is the help you're going to need, okay? We have done it for many people. We have many happy customers, and we're only growing from now, and we're growing more because of the fact of our success and our knowledge in the AI space, the marketing space, Meta, Google Ads, and also building really high-quality automations that will follow up with your leads, overall growing your business. So again, click the link down below in the description, and I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you.